what is the need of MVC, why we can go for MVC. If you are using MVC, what are the advantages? Okay. So basically, as per Microsoft family, classic ASP before .NET. This is ASP only. And in .NET, they given ASP.NET. And now ASP.NET is a combination of MVC. Razor View engine also they given. Okay. So here, this is not a separate thing. It is a common for everywhere. Example, PHP programming is a combination of MVC. Java, JSP programming with the combination of MVC. Okay. So what is this? This is a design pattern. See, now we created many pages. All are irregular programming. Button click, somebody has written the code. And create a class file, create methods, and they have written the code. All programmings are somewhat irregular, right? Instead of that, everyone should follow the same. Here up to the problem is, Shruti written some code, but she didn't update. Maybe by mistake, she is not given the full KT, okay, due to some hurry. And Pallavi has written some other code, and maybe she left from the company and she she went to somewhere, and then we are unable to reach her. And Kalpana has written couple of pages, and she got a job in some other country or something, and she went out. Okay. Now what happened here? The next person is going to understand the code, and they have to be search all the methods, communication between the employers to employer, and the redirection between the pages. It's very horrible. Okay. So now this is a design pattern. Everyone should develop the application like this only. They're completely restricted. In this case, there is no button clicks. Here, completely dependency. Dependency means same page designing, half of the design in ASPX. And inside the page, ASPX.cs, code behind coding. So one person can't design, one person can't develop the code parallelly. If the person is doing somewhere and the another person is doing somewhere, okay? But with the help of some subversion, SVN, subversion, and the TFS, Team Foundation Server. These are all the tools for parallel programming. Parallel programming in the sense, single page, we are doing something, the other person also doing something. While we are commit, their updations plus our updations, both the two will come. But this will be, we are inside the organization only. Okay. So whenever we are working in some other places, we need to do something, then it will be becomes a problem where they change, where we change. We have to carefully compare, and we can do that. Okay. Now here, what happened in this case of MVC? The first thing is for it's a new design pattern. Design pattern. What is design pattern? Example, this designer is good. He is designing latest design, something like that. So they are going to follow some standardized rules and regulations. ASP.NET is not having any rules. Everyone should develop their own programming, their own style. Wherever they need, they can write the program. It's not at all restricting anything. But here, the MVC is following the rules. You have to do design here only. You have to do code here only. And you have to do the stored procedures, properties here only. Like that, it is having some complete restrictions. Okay. So in a classic ASP, all are mixing. Mixing means design also in a same page, code is also in a same page. This is But in ASP.NET, here we have design in one page, code in one page. Design in one page and code in one page. Now what about MVC? Here we are designing the proper arrangement. Design the page with proper arrangement. That means we have to follow some rules and regulations. Based on that we have to design. Okay, so now here this is for all old traditional websites. Nowadays very few guys are using ASP, and this is popular, but the thing is performance wise poor. Why? Because so many controls server side we are using, and it is page is refreshing, and we can use some update panels for partial page postbacks. Somewhat hard code, whereas here we have to provide lightweight to the browser. Main thing is lightweight. Okay, so here this is the small industries ASP, small scale applications. And ASP.NET. It is for, somewhat large scale applications like banking applications, whatever medical sites. Nowadays we are seeing all pizzas. Nowadays it is very famous sites. All the sites will be this one only. Java, PHP and .NET. Now what we have to do, we are going to make the complete older traditional websites, and these sites has some problem with the server burden and all. So we have to make this one as lightweight. So we just use a combination of ASP.NET coding with MVC. The one is lightweight. Now here it is for advantages. One is for clean separation. Why it is clean separation? M, already you heard about this model, and V for design, that is for view, and the C, this is for controller. So model is having all the database related properties and all. I'll show you all the examples under database properties. View for front end, UI part. UI part means designing. Controller is connecting between front end and back end. This is class files. Connect front end and back end. Okay. Basically, in ASP.NET, execution starts from ASPX page. But in MVC, execution starts from controller. It will tell us that where we have to go, what we have to take, everything. So you just remember that controller is nothing but it is a class file. It contains methods. The method will tell us that in which page we have to redirect to. Okay, so don't confuse that. You just think about MVC is a special design pattern. It having complete standardized rules for every developer should develop the code like this, so that it will be easier for us. And here we have some standardized rules. Method name same as page name. Okay, all the things. I will explain all the rules and all. Okay, so MVC for model, view, controller. Model for database related properties, and view for UI part, user interface designing. Controller for class files, connect to front end and back end. Okay, so what is the advantage here? Lightweight processing. One is a clean separation. The another one is, we can say something like very easy to test the site. Okay, this is. And now what is the alternative for ASP.NET nowadays? Simply MVC. So after ASP.NET programmers, they are going to create the better site for the clients. It's for MVC. Okay, and same in .NET, how the Visual Studio 2003 and 8, 10, 12, all the IDEs, in what way it is available. And whenever we created a project also here, file new project or file new website. There here, this web 3.0 and 4. See, up to 3.0 and 3.5, there is no such type of application development. But once we have selected 4, see here, MVC 3 version, MVC 4 version, MVC 5 version. So it is a separate installation file setup. It's not a complete add-on. So it is already .NET, we have a installation, and we need to add some extra programming for this ASP.NET combination. So we need to add some patches, that is extra frameworks. So MVC is additional framework. You have to develop the next generation applications. Okay, so here we have this is ASP long back, like 2000 we used. It came from 2009, but popular is from 2010-11 onwards. So here basically this is going to accept requests at a time. Normally like 1000 requests for normal ASP.NET with a fraction of seconds under. So it is going to take around 30,000 requests from the server, like a client. So each and every request it is going to process to the server, and it is giving the response back. Okay, and moreover, it has some, once we have hosting and all, cloud integration also possible. That means database is not available in our PC. It is available in some third-party vendor. We can connect this one with the help of Windows Azure. This is another tools and all. Okay, just only we have advantages. And this design pattern, we have to give always some guidelines. So what we have to do, MVC is going to take some guidelines which will be going to providing for programming problems. Like one user is requesting and one user is giving the response back to that. Until that, the other person has to wait. Instead of that, they can do their work and the another person do their work. Okay, so that parallel programming is going to possible. Okay, this is, and here we have some separate styles. Here, whenever we have selected MVC application 1, click on OK. You want empty project, you want internet application, you want intranet application. Okay, a project for creating Windows authentication, and a project with an account controller. User has to authenticate it, then only some securable websites, military websites, bank sites, they cannot access even one page also. Always with the help of login only it will allow. I don't have any pages, I need to add everything from scratch, so empty. Now here one is ASP.NET is a combination of MVC. The another one is Razor View Engine. So code is in here. ASP.NET is a combination of MVC, means what? Design in ASP.NET. code will be MVC structure. That means no button click on the separately we have to write and we can connect. Now what is Razor? Even though I am not a .NET programmer, but I can design in HTML. So this is for Razor. So Razor view engine with a combination of MVC. Now here what? Design in HTML, code is in C#. But MVC structure. MVC structure means model separate form, view separate form, controller separate form, like that. So here also, that is the difference. So we can develop .NET applications, ASP.NET with C# coding, ASP.NET with VB.NET coding. Now here you can design by using ASP.NET with C# and design in HTML with C#. So here the extension will become same as ASPX, but whereas here the extension will become as CES HTML, C# with a combination of HTML. If you are using VB.NET .VB HTML, so it is somewhat faster than these pages. Why? Because even here couple of controls will be used server side. Even that performance also we can overcome and we can use client side controls. Why? Because here all controls are client side. So this advanced controls is for HTML5 plus styles will become from CSS3, cascading style sheets. So this front end design is completely HTML5 CSS.
Sorry.
Yeah, tell me, Pallavi. Hello? I didn't hear anything. Are you talking with me?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Yeah, tell me. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, can you tell me the uses of Razor View over ASP.NET?
Yeah, because you are not a ASP.NET programmer. You are a fresher. Maybe you came from, HTML or PHP background. Then you need to learn and implement the code of ASP.NET. Microsoft has given two choices. You don't have any idea on .NET, but you can develop the code in MVC. Okay, how it is? By using Razor View engine. Because here, what is the front-end designing and all? HTML. Okay, HTML and CSS.
But I heard that security-wise is also Razor is useful, and also coding part is less in Razor. I read like that. So
no, coding.
Can you explain?
See, here the controller design is completely in ASP.NET. Okay, so what will happens here? It has to render to server side and it has to again redirect to the client side. Okay, so that means one round trip will be wasted because of design understandability to browser. Okay, so now what happens in this case? Everything is open.
Yeah.
Browser understand. Razor View engine is not security related. Security wise means this one will be the secure. Why? Because the browser cannot understand the code. Okay. So who will here it is HTML5 CSS3 directly understandable by the browser. Only thing is lightweight more than this. Why? Because here one round trip will be go to server and again come to browser. But whereas here there is no round trip for designing because already this type of design is understandable by browser. Okay, only what it is submitting to server, coding part. Okay, now what about here? Both design and as well as code will be submitting. Hello?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that's
so only lightweight is the use of.
One more thing, there is no base knowledge. If you are going to develop for this, you need some base knowledge of ASP.NET because already you are aware of all the controls, all the events, everything. But whereas here, we don't aware of anything. Everybody knows HTML, basically. Okay, tags, all the things, so that they can easily to cope up. So even the other .NET programmers also can like and can work with this. There is no dependency here. Okay, Java programmers also can allow. PHP programmers also can allow. .NET programmers also can allow. But whereas here, except .NET programmers, no one will allow because they don't know .NET, right? But whereas here, what is the designing in HTML? You want to design a PHP website? What we need? Design in HTML only, coding PHP. You want to design in Java? Design in HTML, coding Java. So whatever